Hi friends, welcome back to the Saffron box. I'm Yamini, and today onwards I'm starting off with the series of Ketu through signs. As you all are aware that I've already done a series of Rahu through signs, that is Rahu in Aries till Rahu in Pisces. Recently finished that series, and there's also a playlist which is available for you, which talks about Rahu and Ketu through different houses. So I've put in the links to both these playlists in the description box below, as well as in the cards above in the video. So you can go check it out. You can understand the placement of Rahu and Ketu, very important planets in your chart, because they talk about the pull and push factors. As I say in my videos, Rahu shows you the areas of growth, the areas which attract you, which finally take you towards them in this lifetime, and Ketu tells you what you've already mastered, what you have already lived and experienced. So what is it that you've had enough of now, and what is the pull factor, where is Rahu taking you? So these are the karmic control planets, and understanding the energies of Rahu and Ketu is very important for us to understand our growth areas, to understand the challenges in our life as well. Right, so starting off with Ketu in signs, I'm going to be talking about Ketu in the sign of Aries in this video. But before I go ahead, let me just remind you to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Do not forget to tap the bell icon so that you get regular notifications as well. Now, when we talk about Ketu in the sign of Aries, see, Ketu is a planet of renunciation. Ketu is a mokshakarak graha. Ketu talks about salvation, about freedom. And when it comes to the placement in any house or in any sign, Ketu tells you what you've already mastered, what you've already been through earlier in the past lives. Right, so now to understand this placement, if you look at the sign of Aries, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So Aries is the beginning. Aries is associated with initiative. It started off, it talks about starting off new things, new ventures. That is the reason that Aries also talks about leadership, because to starting off something, you need some leadership skills. You need to lead, you need to foray ahead. It is the beginning of things, it is the beginning of the entire universe, right? And the same is Ketu is also the first, Ketu rules the first nakshatra of the 27 nakshatras, that is Ashwini. So life begins with Ketu. And when we talk about signs, Aries is the first sign. Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars and Ketu are alike in their energies. So we say that Ketu is Kujavat, Kuja as in Mangal, Mars. So Ketu is like Mars, that is what is always said. So Ketu is in a comfort zone when it comes to Aries. But what are the qualities which Ketu gives you when you have this placement in your chart, in your birth chart? See, first of all, Ketu tells you that yes, you have this ability, underlying ability of taking initiative, of being impulsive, of forging ahead, not giving too much of thought, because Aries is not connected to too much of thought and deliberation. Aries wants to just surge ahead. It does not bother too much about the end. It wants to start things, go ahead with a lot of courage, with a lot of go. How things end is something which Aries does not think about, right? So without thinking too much, if one has to just go ahead, you need impulsiveness. You need the impulsiveness of Mars. Mars is a fiery planet. So that is the energy which is there in your personality, underlying somewhere there. It's like the backbone of your personality. But when it comes to Ketu over here in Aries, this is something which you have to finally grow out of, because right in front is Rahu, and Rahu tells you to think about other people. Libra is other people, right? So Ketu tells you that yes, there are abilities, you have the ability to lead, you have the ability to take initiative, to go ahead, to take on new things, to innovate, to invent, but the growth area or the pull is towards Rahu. So this is something, this placement also talks about a lot of fiery energy over here, because Ketu in the sign of Mars itself, Aries is also a fire sign. So what happens, there's a lot of fire energy over here, and this energy needs to get handled very well. So one needs to be very composed, one needs to practice a lot of self control and composure if this energy has to be handled, if you want to use it constructively. One can use this skill or this, as I said, you have this backbone, this is something which is underlying in your personality. So you can use all these skills to deal with people, to deal with the Rahu energies right in front. But if this energy is not utilized properly, is not channelized properly, and it goes the other way, then this can give rise to a person, to a native who has extreme anger issues, who becomes very aggressive, who's not able to handle that energy within himself. So this is a make or break kind of a placement. So if used constructively, yes, one can do good for the society at large. But if used negatively, one can actually be a threat to the society, one can actually be a menace or a nuisance to people around them. So this is a very extreme energy to be handled very, very carefully, because as I said, there is a lot of fire energy, there's a lot of fire element which gets activated when we talk about this placement. If the Ketu dasha is coming up, or if the Mars dasha comes up, the major period comes up in a native's life, Ketu is in a way supportive of Mars. Or if it's if the native is going through Ketu or the Mars dasha, Ketu does not cause too many problems. It enables the native to take on new things, be courageous, act boldly, and move towards new projects. So this is an energy which can really do wonders for you, but as I said, use it constructively. So that was all about Ketu in the sign of Aries. In the next video, I shall be coming up with Ketu in the sign of Taurus. Thank you so much.